Whoa, whoa. Sorry, guys, I gotta play that music. I love that music. What is up? Welcome to Fishing Reports Monday. I am Brian. Brian likes to fist on Instagram. I am still filling the big seat here for Roman Castro, who is on a small hiatus, hopefully. So I'm gonna try to do my best here tonight. So let's go ahead and start out with some shout outs. What is up, everybody? Eric Lehman, first in chat. What the heck, Eric? I just talked to you, and you were just at you were. You're just at Outback Steakhouse. How did you already get in chat? What's up? First in chat, first like Coach Worf. What's up, Coach? You guys are gonna see Coach a little bit later here. I'm still it's still new to me, guys. So I'm sorry about the beginning being a minute or two late. I'm still figuring it out, guys. Cave Dog, what's up, dude? I haven't seen you for a while. Where you been, Cave? Where you been, Cal? Spinning Rod Rebel Marvin, what's up? Benjamin, what's up, dude? How's it going in Arizona? I know you asked me this last week, dude, but I bet it is hot. Doug, Ruben, El Sueño, what's up, dude? I saw you on, what was it, Saturday? Some guy pulls up. I was launching my boat with my son. Here comes this, like, black and yellow motorcycle with some cool dude on it, and guess what? It was Doug. Doug's got a bike, and it's pretty sweet. Is that like an adventure bike? I don't know. Looks like it go on and off road maybe. Eric says my air conditioning. No, Eric, I don't run air conditioning in my house, believe it or not. My kids, my family do not like me, but we're ready to rough it, dude. If power goes out, we won't even hardly notice. We got Jeff, One Cool Tuna. What's up, dude? Eric Klein's in there. How you doing, Eric? How you doing, Jeff? Peter86, how are you? All you guys that fished the Spotty Bowl this weekend, hopefully you guys can give me some lowdown on how it went for you. Jesse, what's up, Jesse? How are you? How's dancing going? Carl Black, I have this Wednesday's segment is about something I saw you type in chat. I watched it on the replay, and so I'm basing my entire Wednesday segment off something you said. The sounds good. Thank you. I've believe it or not, I've got dual microphones now, so I can lean back a little bit, and it sounds better. I don't have to have my mouth totally against it here. So I've got two microphones. What's up, Brian? Yo, Leonard, Bay Creepers. What's going down? Leonard, I haven't seen you on the water lately. Hopefully all is going good. Captain Dan, I'm home for 2 weeks finally. Captain Dan, got out of that heat. Thank you. You're right back to San Diego where you should be. You're down by the coast, so it's pretty nice down there. I'm the armpit of San Diego and Ramona, so we're dealing with some heat here. Salty Dangler, what's going down, dude? Hope everything's going good. I wonder how your playoffs went this weekend. TB Metal Art, I think you heard me on Wednesday. How is my truck trailer receiver / spotty thing? That is, I think, my next project for you. Like a spotty I can put in and out of my receiver zone when I'm cruising around town. I have a spotty back there when I'm not towing my boat, which is not very often. Carl Black, sweet, looking forward to it. Okay, I'll tell you at the end of the show, Carl, what Wednesday's segment's going to be. Richie Rich, what's up, fellas? Just got home from work, ready for the show. That's right, dude. Hopefully, don't adjust your set. I'm not Roman, so Richie Rich, I'm trying to fill in for Roman while he's out. And Jesse says, on my way home now from Phoenix, where I got my first and second, and right, in dancing, Jesse, right on, congratulations. For you guys that don't know, Jesse, is it called ballroom dancing? I think, Jesse, is that what you're doing on the side there? So, okay, let's go ahead and start this baby out with the way we do it. So, I'm gonna say don't rate the pop top. I'm not gonna rate my dad joke. I'm about to tell you after the pop top. So that's what you're rating, not the pop top. Even though it was a pretty good one. Okay. I walked into a bar with my wife, and the bartender asked, "Would you like a beer for your wife?" I thought, it seems like a pretty fair trade. I don't have the drums. Hopefully that was semi-decent joke. not for all those ladies out there. I don't mean to anyway. It's just a joke. So cheers, everybody. Let's get on here with Monday. I hope everybody got out on the water. 8, thank you, Jeff. I'm sure that's a mercy 8. Thank you. You guys are probably still rating the pop top because that joke probably was not an 8. Yeah, Captain Dan 4. I can do better. Yeah, a little bit on the light side. Yeah, I know. Dad jokes 101 all day. Okay, Cal, you want another? Okay. Okay. Why doesn't James Bond fart in his bed? Because it would blow his cover. Oh, man. Roman has his button on the kill stream right now. If he's even watching, he's probably like, all right, that's it. You're done. 4.9. Probably the Turkey Inn. Yeah, the Turkey Inn of Ramona. That's quite a place. You guys have been up. Thank you, Cave Dog. You actually laughed at that? That's awesome. All right, guys. So if you guys have anything you want to report in via chat, how was your fishing this weekend? This weekend, I was actually went out fishing with my son on Saturday. He works on Saturday, so we got a late start at like 1 o'clock, maybe 2 o'clock out there, and by that time the wind is kicking. So we fished Mission Bay, fished mainly the grassy areas. We took a look in the docks, but it's similar Mission Bay. Really hard to find for me. It's really hard to find a good legal out there right now. We were doing a lot of kind of exploring fishing. My son brought out a fly fishing rod and tried to make it his goal to catch a spotty on the fly fishing rod, and that's new to me and my son. We're just starting that, and it was so windy that it was tough. And he got his cast down pretty good, I think, but we still have not got a spotty on the fly rod. So we're experimenting with. We're gonna have to probably go with a little heavier line because the line wasn't sinking quite fast enough. All I have is woman jokes. No, Coach, we're gonna save those ones so you can tell those in the after hour Discord. Oh, and by the way, guys, for you guys that didn't know, Salty, can you put the link in Discord? If you're new to the show or you're just starting to watch a show, this show, we also have a fishing club. It's called the MMFC, the Mad Max, and we have a Discord channel that we all get on, and we share our gear we've bought. We share our kayaks. We share, where we're fishing this weekend, all our outings. It's actually, if you're not in the MMFC, and you'd like to join, the link is there in chat. Click on that link. You just have to agree not to be a jerk. We're a community that is trying to teach and be friendly and help, especially the new guys, and even anybody out there that needs help. Marshall just bought what did he just buy? He bought a new sonar, and he bought one with live scope, and it's something I've been thinking about getting, but the price point right now, I just haven't been able to make that plunge yet. And he's gone out and he's already given it like a thumbs up on the Discord channel, so we're all kind of getting. I think he might be the first one to our group with live scope. I can't recall if anybody else has that, but I think we're all eagerly waiting, Marshall, to get a review of that thing. So I think he's going to try it out a couple more times, and then maybe I can get him to call in and give us a review on that live scope. So see how that thing works possibly in the bay and our local lakes, and maybe if he even takes it to some inshore fishing off La Jolla. I'm just curious on how that live scope is. It's a big plunge in price to go from our normal down scan to a live scope. So, I mean, if he goes out there and he's slaying it, it's worth it. Maybe some of us will get that thing, or maybe some of us are waiting for the next generation ones. I don't know. Who knows what they're going to come out with next? Let's see what we got here. Fly fishing was invented by the devil. Cal, have you tried fly fishing, Cal? My fly fishing experience is very, very small. So when I went to the Fred Hall Fishing Show, I think maybe it was pre-COVID, so maybe 5 years ago, they had like a guy that was a professional at fly fishing, and they had like this big long slip and slide that had like an inch of water in it, and you could line up, and the guy would give you like a 10-minute lesson on how to fly fish. And I'm not kidding, this guy, he would teach you how to just use your arm, he taught me the technique, and in about 5 or 10 minutes I was able to get a really nice, like, solid cast out of that thing, Cal, from just learning from somebody that had experience. I know, like, Jesse does fly fishing, and if you can go out with somebody that already has some experience in fly fishing to teach you just that basic techniques, I think you may change your mind a little bit, because it is a lot of work and it is a whole new set of gear. But I don't know. I feel like I want to try to get into it. Let's see how it goes. I have fly fished a few. Coach says I've fly fished a few times. Last time I really did it, I hooked my ear 13. Dang, Coach. I hooked your ear 13 times. Wow, that's scary. So yeah, it's I don't know. For me, that it's just that getting that motion down, which I'm not very good at. I'm definitely cannot give advice on fly fishing yet. So, but like I said, there's a couple places in San Diego that specialize in that. There's actually a couple of shops that are mainly just fly fishing gear. Go and talk to those guys, and maybe there's somebody you could go out with that can give you a few lessons out there in the water. Brian, can you bring the volume up? I'm maxed out yelling at my kids. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me bring it up a little bit. Is that better? Here. I want you guys there. All right. Let me know if that volume sounds a little better or if that's too loud. My phone is a max, also hard to hear. Okay, let me crank it up. Thank you guys for letting me know that. Is that better? Hopefully. I turned it to 11. There. Hopefully that is better. Okay, Dario says thumbs up. Dario, how was your fishing this weekend? Okay, so everybody that made the playoffs, I know you guys are all out there. You guys fish San Diego Bay. How was your guys fishing? For me, it was normally Mission Bay. For me, I usually have to catch this time of year maybe 8 to 12 fish to get like one good one. So like 12 fish, I might weed in one legal in that. And it's just the numbers. And when you think about it, you can only catch so many fish in a day. So it's the ratio to me seems like you're really going through the dinks and the 10, 11 inch, occasional 12, occasional 13. But to get those legals, for me, I really had to search for one. I think I fished for 4 hours between me and my son, and maybe we got 2. A lot of that was messing around with the fly rod and just messing around. But yeah, we definitely weren't able to get a full 5 this weekend. So the playoffs in Mission Bay this coming weekend to the people that are moving on, and the people 1 and 2s who are just fishing first time. It should be pretty interesting. Let's see how it goes. I don't know. We'll see. I know that place, and it's pretty tough right now. Benjamin Moore, what's up? How are you, Benji? All right, so I'm going to go into a screen share here real quick, and I'm trying to use this technology, guys. Give me a second here. This is new to me, so I'm going to go into screen share. I want to share with something you guys that I built this weekend. Bam. Okay, so this weekend I purchased a hoist for my kayak. I recently, guys, bought a PA-14 Hobie kayak about, 3 months ago. And when I bought that thing, I didn't realize how giant these things are. I mean, I put that thing in my garage, and it's almost like putting a full boat in there. It's crazy how big those PA-14s are. I couldn't, I had no idea. You see them on the water and they don't look that big, but once you get that thing in your garage, it sucks up a lot of space. So I was trying to figure out a way to get that thing to where it's not taking up, a ton of my garage space. And I came across this online, which it's a hoist basically that hoists your kayak up to the ceiling of your garage. This is how all it comes with, guys. So if you do order one of these, you're gonna have to go to Home Depot and get some extra parts, because this is all it came with. So it comes with all these screws which attach to the ceiling, and then this crazy pulley system, which I think is rated up to I think it was rated up to 150 or 200 pounds. You can get them up to 150 or 200 pounds. I think I ordered the highest there was, which was I think 200 pounds. And it has like this little clicker thing. It kind of works like a mini blind. When you pull it one direction, it locks it. When you pull the other, it lowers it down. This is their like standard picture of what you can do. So if you load it on top of your car, you can just pull right in and hoist this thing up to the ceiling. You can kind of see what it does here. You just pull this little string, like I said, like a mini blind, and it just pulls it up to the ceiling. It comes with these little straps that go underneath it, but I didn't quite like those, so I upgraded it. But this kind of gives you the basic idea of what it looks like. Obviously, that's not a Hobie PA-14, but I'll show you in my pictures what it looks like. Great, a motor from Harbor Freight. That's what I did works. Did you get a you got a motor from Harbor Freight, Dario? Is that what you're saying? Okay, so here's what my garage looks like when I wheeled that thing in there. So it takes up a ton of space. That's actually where my wife parks her car. So she was pretty annoyed that every time she opened her door, this gigantic, huge kayak was sitting right next to it. And on the other side of that, I have my bass boat and my center console boat. So it's the garage is getting tight along with other toys. So this is the space I wanted to put it in, and I had a spot in my ceiling. You could see right up here, kind of a blank spot, and I measured it out, and it looked like it would fit in there pretty good. So this is the hardest part right here, guys. So you have to go to Home Depot basically and get a couple 2x8 foot 2x6s. And then the hardest part is mounting those to the ceiling, and they actually have to be lagged into your trusses. So trusses are every 24 inches, so you have to put in lags across this entire 2x6, each one. And don't skimp, guys. Don't think driving into the drywall is going to hold up your 150-pound kayak. So you have to be careful when you're installing these 2x6 to make sure you get them into the trusses. And that's what it looks like. You're going to put these little hooks on there once you get that going. And that right there is about 2 hours work, guys. So plan for an all-dayer. Plan for a lot of screaming and anger. It's like, what was that on Christmas Story when he's fixing the boiler or whatever in the basement, the heater, and he's screaming and hitting it. That's basically what my weekend was. My wife came out to help me for a minute, and then I was a little angry, so she left the room immediately. Let's just say. All right, so once you get that, so what I did is I didn't like those straps, so I bought this square tubing, which is punched with holes like looks like 1 inch or so. So I bought these square tubes, and I put on these pipes are filthy, by the way. They've been in my yard forever, but I put these 3-inch Schedule 40 conduit on there. And that's actually what the kayak is going to be sitting on. So I didn't like the idea of those like straps. I thought they were kind of, I don't know. They probably would work, but this, like, I can lower this all the way to the floor and just push the kayak on it, and that's what it looks like when it's sitting on it. So those PVC pipes there's like that groove underneath the kayak, and it sits perfectly down in those grooves. 2 hours. Now we know why construction jobs cost. Yeah, that's right, Dave. That's right. It's 2 hours when you're working really slow because it's like 100 degrees too. Hey, what's up, Arnie? Aloha. How are you? Hi, it's Brian Hour. Okay. What's up, Salty Rice? Glad to have you back. Thank you for tuning in Monday. I'm just showing off my new kayak lift. Yes, I worked on it so hard that I have to show everybody. Plus, if you guys are looking to get some room in your garage, I thought you might want to see this. So I put the steel tubes across, mounted these pipes to it, and then the kayak sits on it perfectly. It supports it in the middle really well, so it's not saggy or anything. And then that's what it looks like underneath. You can see it fits directly. A 3-inch conduit fits like perfectly in that groove right there. And another thing I did is this is actually these black ropes right here. Those are the ropes that pull it up to the ceiling. I was kind of a little, when you stand underneath this thing and you're looking up at this giant kayak above you. All good, Arnie. That's good. It's kind of intimidating. You're like, oh my gosh, what if that thing falls? So I put a second. I basically put, I don't know what this is called, a bolt with a circle on the end, an eye, and I lag that into it also, and I put an additional one on here, and these are like a safety rope. So I'm planning on replacing that rope with a chain with some carabiners on it, just so I can click it in and click it off when I lower it down. But for right now, I just put on these little safety ropes. That way, if the system did fail, which I'm sure it won't, it's rated, but it's a double. It would be terrible to come out and that thing had fallen on my wife's car. I'd be in big trouble. And that's what it looks like when it's all the way pulled up, which is really nice because you can see it frees up the entire section of that garage. And if you have a garage door that kind of sits low, I've seen videos of these actually being hoisted up, and then you're able to open your garage door, and it's actually above the garage door. So if you don't have a spot right next to your garage door, but your garage door sits 2 or 3 feet, I guess, down from the ceiling, you can actually fit them over there. A nice clean garage, Carl. No, my garage is filthy. It's a garage. Let's just put it that way. Just a standard garage. Salty rice, great design. Yeah. Guys, I'm gonna tell you, I have a high ceiling in my garage. It's 14 feet tall, so it's kind of hard to get up and down that ladder. But plan for a good 4-hour install, and that's like just to figure out all the math and where the ropes drop and where it's gonna go. That was probably the hardest part. And finding the trusses and getting it mounted and make sure all that was secure. That was a pretty hard part. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and exit this. Go back to my main screen here. Bam. So hopefully if you guys were thinking about getting one of those, that'll help you out. Hold on a second, guys. I'm going to mess with my computer over here. And if you have questions about the install, I think the kit was $200, maybe $215. And I probably spent another $200 at Home Depot on miscellaneous parts. You know, everything's expensive now. So I would say that system right there is probably going to cost you about $400 to get that up. Standard garage with 14-foot ceilings that had two boats. Car. Mine doesn't even have. Hey, Salty. If yours doesn't have drywall, that's a bonus if you're going to get one of these lifts, because you can just look up and you could probably just lag that thing directly to the trusses on that thing if everything lines up right. So if you're thinking about doing that, it'd be way easier if you don't have a finished garage. No drop yak on my wife's BMW. Yeah, Arnie. Yeah, you'd be in big trouble if that happens. Benjamin, Brian, use a Unistrut. A Unistrut, that's in the electrical world, right, Benjamin? That's, I believe, it's similar, but it's not a total square tube. It's like cut down it, and it's got, I believe you use that in the electrical world. But yeah, you can get those at CED or some other electrical vendor. Looks good. Now come over and help me with my garage, Doug. So if you have questions, I don't know. That's like asking your friend to help you move in the summer. I don't know. Put another one of those up, dude. I don't even know who you would hire to do that, to be honest with you. I don't know if there's a handyman you could call. I don't even know. I mean, I don't know if there's a guy out there that does that. I mean, probably you and a friend would be better. It would definitely help if you had it. Great add-on, Brian. Thank you. Thank you, SoCal Steve. Yes. I'm super glad. It opens up a lot of room in your garage. It's crazy how much those take. Nightblack, glad to hear you. Let's see, any other questions? If not, I'm going to bring in Coach tonight. So, Coach, be on standby here in a minute. Dari with great power comes great. So, let's say, Brian. Brian, your garage is pretty Saniel 1. Yeah, I built my own house, Arnie. So, my house is not very big, but my garage is big. So, all right, hold on one second. I got Coach coming in here. So you guys are used to having Coach on here. If you guys don't know who Coach is, I'm going to bring him here in a minute. Coach Worf, we're going to talk a little bit tonight. So hold on one second. Let me bring in Coach. Oh, there we go. Hold on one second, Coach. I'm going to have to adjust you here. Coach, can you go to full screen for me? Oh, never mind. You're good. There you are, Coach. How are you doing?
Another day in paradise, Brian.
Good to have you back. You've been out for a little bit. Sorry I haven't been able to get you on, Coach, but I'm still learning this technology. Guys, I'm using a technology that I'm not used to, and it's like it doesn't seem like there's any manual on how to do any of this stuff. The only manual I'm learning how to do this broadcasting on is, thank goodness for YouTube, because it seems like you can type anything in YouTube, and there's somebody out there that's made a video on how to do it. It's crazy.
Yes, sir.
One time,
you are not wrong.
One time, my timing belt broke on an old car, and I thought I could do it myself, and I YouTubed it, and I basically watched a YouTube video all day long, and he gave you like instructions on how to do it. So I was able to change a timing belt via YouTube with not very much mechanical experience. So YouTube's a great resource.
YouTube, TikTok, they all work.
I'm not a TikToker. I don't have TikTok.
You're not missing much. It's more a platform for the other than for us, for sure.
Gotcha. Hey, Coach, I'm wearing a shirt for you today. I knew you were coming on. I knew you'd like that. There's a restaurant I think called Johnson's. It's maybe oh cool, nice. Shore pounders definitely. Is Kevin still doing over there?
I'm repping.
Oh, nice, right on. There's a little bar in the Salton Sea called Johnson's Hideaway, I think it is, and that's where they sell these shirts. It's like a total hole in the wall. I think people stop there like only on holidays because it's too hot to go there normally. But yeah, it's a little hole in the wall in Salton Sea.
There's a lot of jokes out there in the valley.
So what's happening, Coach? Did you fish this weekend?
I fished Thursday in La Jolla from shore. Surf was loaded with salad, but I still got some good footage. It's going up on my channel piecemeal like everything else. I mean, it's been rough. It's been rough in the surf. It's been rough off the cliffs. Lots of salad, short interval swell, low tides.
Okay. When is the last time you fished where we've had ideal conditions? I'm talking no wind, low surf, good tide. To me, it seems like a long time since I've gone out there, except for the first 2 or 3 hours early in the morning. But if you go out midday, it seems like, I don't know, it seems like this summer is like, hasn't given us like a really nice, calm, relaxing summer day, you know?
I would say 2019, 2018 maybe.
Oh, wow. I'm thinking I can think of a perfect day. The pickle run last year, September, I think it was. We got so lucky on that we launched out of Mission Bay. A group of kayakers, and I was on my boat, and they paddled, I drove. They paddled from Mission Bay to San Diego Bay, and I remember that day just being glass. And we got so lucky. It was just nice and calm, and that's like the last day, last September, like the last day I can remember going out inshore fishing to where it's like, oh, this is perfect. Maybe it's just because I only fish on the weekends, though.
Well, you have to keep in mind, too, that if you're fishing off the cliffs, it takes days and days for all that solid to clear out.
Right.
So even if it was perfect conditions that day, you might be looking at 5 days of perfect conditions before all the salad really cleared out of the surf and off the cliffs.
Yeah, you shore pounders, man, it's hit or miss, because if I'm in my boat and there's something in that I don't like in the water, I just go to another spot. Carl Black says, Friday afternoon was nice. What was I doing Friday afternoon? I was not fishing, Carl. That's nice. So, Carl, were you up in Long Beach area, I'm assuming? So, if you did fish the cliffs this week, how was the fishing, Coach? You get anything?
I think I got 9 in 90 minutes.
Shoot, that's not bad. That's good.
One every 10 through all that salad and short interval swell. I did pretty well for myself.
Yeah, no kidding. So you must have gone in high tide to get a number like that.
With shore fishing, a low tide helps.
Gotcha.
Because the surf hasn't picked up all that salad yet.
Gotcha.
So the big heaps of salad on shore weren't in the water yet. I kind of had like a mid-incoming on Thursday afternoon, and I just did my best to capitalize. Chummed some shrimp. I mean, I did pretty good. I can't complain, but at the same time, nothing big. For anybody that's interested, that last decent opal I caught on my channel was taken last Thursday.
Did you eat it?
No, I threw it back. I was not... I still had to go to business Costco. I got 8,000 kids to feed, so...
Oh, my God. You know what I heard? I heard business Costco sells is it a 10-pound bag of carne asada, like all pre-cut up, like ready to just throw on the grill and make a burrito out of it. Did you see that there? You got that?
Yes. But the better deal is the puerco adobada.
Uh-huh.
10 pounds, $25.
Wow.
$2.50 a pound. Super cheap, super reasonable. I cooked it up at the last Shore Pounders. It was super good. I tested it out, and we are ready to go for the MMFC cookouts in the future. So
that is a good deal. 10 pounds, so you're 2.5, and it's already pre-made, pre-marinated, ready to just throw on the grill and put on a taco, right? You don't even have to cut it up, right?
Nope, don't have to cut it up. Don't have to do anything to it. Just cook it up, and it cooks up dry. It's super good. Awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, I need it. There's no Costco near me, so the only business Costco I know of would probably be closest to me is San Marcos, but I need to get up there and get a bag of that.
Kearney.
Oh yeah. You're right. That might even be closer. Carl
I
Black says he was
think
up
Kearney's a
in.
little closer to you than San Marcos.
Carl Black says he was up in Newport. Carl, I want to take a run up to Newport. I've seen some more pictures of big spotties come out of Newport Bay than pretty much anywhere else. What do you? I don't know what's going on up there, but you guys have got some big spotties in that bay. Dave Rage says, finally get to fish this coming weekend. La Jolla or Bay, who knows? That's the great thing about San Diego. Sports boats are all full. Yeah, you know what's weird, Dave, is I was in Quivarium Basin, just looking around in there for spotties, and I noticed the first time I've ever been in there to where every single slip where the sports boats are at, they were all gone at once. I could fish every slip. I've never been in there where every single sports boat was gone. It was like they vacated, so... I'm sure with the idea of those bluefin within, pretty close striking range that, I mean, everybody's trying to get one of those, right? Freezer full of bluefin don't hurt.
Keep in mind, Brian, that the patty yellowtail bite's been on. So that will empty the docks for sure midday. The guys that are running 1.5 days will run full days in between.
If it wasn't Spotty Bowl right now, I would be out there going. But I've got Spotty Bowl this weekend, and it's just as soon as that's over, Coach, I'm loading up, and I'm after August 13th, man. I'm going out, and I'm gonna see what I can do out there. I'm gonna see if Kevin will go out with me, and see if I can get some yellowtail, and hopefully, because I'm out of a bluefin this season. Love to get one of those.
The patty yellowtail have been biting as close as 5 miles, so.
Yeah, Dave. That's Dave Ridge said. Yellowtail are biting 5 miles. Jeez, that's like a 15-minute boat ride. And that's in my boat. That's right there.
You are not wrong.
We grow them big in the OC. Come up again. And I'll bring the hot dogs. Sounds good, Carl. After Spotty Bowl, I definitely want to plan another MMC outing up there. Probably take my yak this time. Cruise around up there. I'd like to try that Newport out again. Costco and Power, yeah, Todd, they do have a Costco and Power, but it's not the business Costco. It doesn't have that big bag of carne asada that we're talking about. I want to go specific. This cat is driving me nuts. What are you doing, Sandy? He wants to be held. I want to hold this cat the whole show. All right, Coach. So, hold on. So Coach, I noticed with your YouTube channel, it's Wharf TV, right, on YouTube. Wharf TV,
yes, sir.
You've been putting a lot of short videos out. And if you guys don't follow Coach, follow Wharf TV. He puts out, 15 seconds to 30-second videos?
Mostly, the sweet spot for me on YouTube is around 28 seconds.
28 seconds?
So I try to hover around there. Some of them are out of spec and they don't do very well, but my audience prefers a 27, 28-second video.
That seems what everybody's attention span is now. That is another reason, guys, that I'm trying to keep this show a little shorter. We're probably only gonna go about 40 minutes tonight. So I'm trying to keep it shorter so you guys. I know it's later. I wanted to start it later and give the new half hour. It doesn't seem like ever gonna keep it to a half hour, but half hour, 45 minutes. That way you guys can get on with your nights and get your fix of fishing updates before you go eat dinner. Okay, so Coach, I've been watching your videos. I watched a bunch of them last night. The Imperial Valley. I've fished there probably a dozen times in my life. But for me, when I go up there, I'm targeting smallmouth with topwater, and the only way I can find them is if I find like a tree branch or some kind of shade. So I'm looking for anything that's casting a shadow, you know what I mean, over the water. And it seems like if you can cast in there a topwater, that's where those smallmouth are. Coach, how are you fishing that canal? I'm just curious. I've seen the videos. I kind of know how, but...
Well, I mean, my approach is going to be a whole lot different than a bass guy, obviously.
Right.
If it were me and I were really targeting bass, I would look for anywhere with the following. So anywhere with air entering or leaving a canal.
Gotcha.
Anywhere with water entering or leaving a canal. Anywhere with shade line, so you're looking at trash piles, tumbleweeds, brush that's fallen in the canals.
I never thought of a trash pile in the water as structure, but sure.
It is. I mean,
sure.
It provides lots of shade, gives those fish lots of security, allows them to feed real hard.
Yep.
Trash piles are an absolute gold mine. And totally underrated and a complete nuisance, I would say, is any sort of hay line in the canal. So if they've been out harvesting hay,
Uh-huh.
the wind is up, it blows the hay in the
Oh, no
canal.
kidding. Huh.
It'll form a mat on the water.
It's like
Of
it's like
hay.
a canal patty.
That's it.
Looking patty hopping in the canal for hay patties.
The fish really don't care if it's a tumbleweed, a hay pile, a trash heap. They really don't care. They'll orient under that, stay out of the sun, and feed as hard as they can while they have it.
I know that tumbleweed's true because I had a tumbleweed blow into my pond at my house, and I reached in to grab that. They had been in there for a while. I reached in there to grab it, pull out, and it was full of little tiny baby fish, basically little fry, all inside of that thing. So I pulled it up and I saw one in there. I shoved it right back in there. But yeah, I think the little fish, the tumbleweed, that's like the perfect little thing to head in.
If any of you guys are out fishing by Blythe,
Yeah, I've been to Blythe.
And Blythe is a different animal than the Imperial Valley. But
Right.
if any of you are fishing out by Blythe, and you're driving the canals and you see one of those great big tumbleweeds, 10, 12 feet across, blown in there, crank a buzz bait by that thing, and you will get plowed by huge smallmouths.
I had a funny story. You mentioned Blythe. I was camping on the shore, tent camping, and had a little tiny campfire going, out there. And one of the kids I was with saw one of those. The tumbleweeds in Blythe guys are like, I don't know. They're like 6 feet around. They're huge. Kid grabs that tumbleweed and chucks it into the fire pit. And if you've ever seen like a really dry Christmas tree go up, that is what that tumbleweed did. It was like we were sitting like huddling close to this fire. When that thing went in, it was like it burnt our eyebrows off, and it lit up the desert for about 13 seconds, and then it was gone. But man, tumbleweeds are flammable. Be careful around campfires with those things. Imperial Valley. I remember too going through the Imperial Valley. It was like Mario Kart. Those things were like blowing across the highway. And I was driving a pretty much junky truck back then. It was just like, bam, 10 points, 10 points. They were all over the place out there. Yeah, Imperial Valley patty hopping. That's right, Dave. So, Coach, do you mind if we share one of those YouTube videos? I have a couple things I want. I specifically saw one, guys, last night on Coach's video, and I had a couple questions for it. So, Coach is gonna, when you get that queued up, let me know, Coach. I'm gonna.
We'll do. Put it on you for a second, and we'll get mine taken care of here.
Gotcha. Okay, guys, I'm gonna try the Roman commercial. So, if you guys are enjoying this show, enjoy our local fishing reports. That was what we're trying to do here tonight. Please, guys, I'm accepting people to call me on Discord just like Coach does, or call me over the phone if you're not comfortable on video. I'm really looking to turn Monday nights into like a community channel where you guys hopefully get the courage. I know it's kind of tough to be on here live. Trust me, I'm a construction worker, and I'm like, I can't even believe I'm actually on here doing this. But, get on here and share your fishing report. Just call up, let me know you want to be on to share. It doesn't even have to be something, a huge accomplishment or anything. Just to say, hey, I went out on my kayak and I did this and did that, and I had a fun time fishing that. That's what we're looking for in this channel, is the community to pitch into this show. And I think it's going to make this show a million times better. And if you're brave and you want to get on like Coach here and do a video call, I'd be happy to do that with you too. And you could, even if you have something that you just want to share, if you had a new fish finder or a new piece of gear, like I shared my hoist tonight, if you just want to share anything like that or a new reel, I really appreciate you guys participating in it, and I think it would make the show a lot better. You ready to go, Coach?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna try my technology here. Okay, Coach, you're ready. Go ahead and cue that thing up. Oh wait. Okay, go hit play. Guys, this is Coach fishing the Imperial Valley canals.
So this is a collection of hay and styrofoam and whatever else was out there that I fished in the shade of. I did really well. I was almost surprised this fish fit through this hole.
Okay, Coach, before you start this, I'm sorry. The pollution level, I'm just saying, Coach. I mean, the pollution level looks, obviously you're at like some kind of culvert, right? So it's obviously building up right there, but the pollution level to me looks pretty high there. You want to go just play this video, Coach, so we can see what you do here?
No problem. So we'll play it through a couple times. There's some interesting things here. This is my own video, YouTube. I give Fishy Hour full rights to this.
Gotcha.
It's no problem. Okay, so let's go.
Coach, that water quality.
There's a fatty.
Right on. Oh, it's a kind of like a yellowish color too. It's not like the normal gray.
Right there. A lot of them are out there. Pretty fish.
You know what that's from? It's sun bleached. It does. There's nowhere for that thing. It's probably pushed out of a hole.
So there I was. I just hooked it when she started filming. And there's your trash heap right there.
Okay, Coach. Here's what everybody's wondering. Coach, did you eat that fish?
No problem.
Oh man, Coach, you must have the best immune system on the planet to be able to. I'm just saying. I mean, to me, I'm not saying anything weird about you catching fish and eating them. I'm gonna go back to share screen with your face here, Coach. Real quick. Okay, hold on a second. Oh, you go. I gotta do it. Bam. Okay, still learning it, guys. So, Coach, I'm not saying anything about your where you're catching your fish that you eat, but man, dude, that looks pretty polluted. How did it taste? Does it taste the same?
Honestly, the catfish out there look like chicken in the frying pan.
Right?
They
do. It looks skinny, that catfish to me.
I always joke about it, but the fish out there are Olympic athlete porn stars.
Wait a second. Okay. We're just going to call them buff dudes.
So these fish not only manage to feed themselves in 20 to 40 mile an hour water every day, all day.
Like a treadmill all day long.
All day.
Yeah.
They manage to breed in that water, and they manage to thrive in that water.
That's crazy.
Now, certain types of fish don't do well out there.
Smallmouth bass.
Ironically, smallmouth are everywhere in the Imperial Valley, but they don't get very big, and you catch a big one, and you think it's going to be a 5-pounder, it's going to be a 2.5.
Just because it's so buff from swimming upstream all day, every day.
I mean, the fish out there are starved.
Can you imagine the struggle if you find like that culvert where that breaks up the water, where it's a little calmer? The struggle to not have a big fish take over your spot must be insane.
And all the stomachs on these fish, every single one, are loaded with smaller catfish and stripers and bass and everything. I mean, their stomachs are full of them.
Yeah, anything that floats by.
The minute you can fit into the mouth of another fish, you're in danger. Until you get too big. And, you know, people look at this and they're like, oh my gosh, look at the styrofoam. Look at, this, that, and the other. Of course, most of that's hay, but then the same people don't think twice about going to the grocery store.
That's true. Your food is.
And there's 100 yards of meat laying on styrofoam wrapped in plastic.
Yep, you're right.
So, I mean, a little bit of plastic on the surface of the water, yeah, it's bad. It looks terrible, whatever. Yeah. At the same time, it's not really contaminating the canal, right?
And if you think about it, the amount of water that is like going through that canal, it's not like a stagnant pool like on the side of the road, like a ditch, you know what I mean?
It's not at all. Actually, if this canal didn't flow like this, you wouldn't see this pile.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of people point the finger and they're like, oh my gosh, oh, it's terrible. Oh, it's this, that, and the other. But in the reality of the scenario is a couple of flip-flops and some styrofoam and an empty drink container. How much are they really contaminating a canal that's flowing at 80 or 90 or 100 cubic feet per second?
Probably not very much. Probably if you went in there and did a water test, it'd probably be, I bet it's probably cleaner than Mission Bay, South Mission Bay, or South San Diego Bay.
Oh, South San Diego Bay is terrible. The Salton Sea, so like the worst of all possible scenarios, is a little bit cleaner than Mission Bay.
Gotcha. Yeah, the Salton Sea, it got heavily polluted right back because a lot of the irrigation canals were going in there, and the pesticides, right, were going in there, and whatever was feeding that.
And they still do.
Yeah,
But
the Salton Sea.
what?
If you go there now, Coach, I don't know how long it's been since you've been there, but I was there maybe last year because we ride our dirt bikes down over there, and that shoreline is just it's a crust of like fish bones and anything that was in there that was alive is now up on shore, and it looks like it's just biodegrading like the whole shoreline, and it has this weird like sulfury, really odd, pungent, sulfury smell at the Salton Sea right now.
So think about the Salton Sea being slightly cleaner than Mission Bay, and a lot
Ah,
cleaner
don't
than
say
San
that.
Diego Bay.
Don't talk about my lady. She's clean, clean as a whistle.
Hey, I love Mission Bay and San Diego Bay too. I
Okay,
love Mission Bay
you
a
can
ton.
talk
I've
about
eaten a
San
lot of
Diego
fish
Bay,
better
but
from Mission Bay. I
don't
mean,
don't be bringing up Mission Bay now. Okay, let's move. Let's move on.
I'm just saying the Salton Sea is a class A waterway.
Jeff says he's checking out. Be back in 7 days, so be a while. Great show. Thank you, Jeff. Have a great time. I think you're going out on your 8-day trip. I expect when you get back to call in on a Monday and give me a full report on that 8-day trip. Have a great time. Be safe down there. If your phone's working, obviously go into Discord and give us some updates. We want to see what you're doing down there. So go get them, OCT10. Slay them down there.
Please post a report. We would love to see it, Jeff. Seriously, we
Yeah.
would love to see it. Post it on SD Fish if you're over there. Please, we would love to see it.
Carl Black says cleaner than Long Beach. Yeah, me and Salty Dangler fish Long Beach tournament up there. Yeah, that place has got a lot. Well, I saw the weird thing about Long Beach is when we were fishing there, we were shooting around during the SBS tournament, and there's like full-on logs that are floating like an inch above the surface, like glulam beams, paralam beams, logs. I can't imagine how many people have been. I don't think there's a speed limit through there, so can't imagine how many people are going through Long Beach hitting these huge logs that I saw in there. It scared me. You got to keep your eyes open when you're going fast in Long Beach. What's up, Tyler? What's up, MFC? How are you, Tyler? Thanks for tuning in tonight. Yeah, go get him, Jeff. He'll do his best. Might be heading to the rocks. Okay, so you're going. I'm assuming you mean south. So
Alijos, go hammer those Wahoo and home guards. Go do it. Do them in, Jeff. Do them in.
yeah. Oh yeah, Salty Dangler says, "Don't forget the dead birds." In one day, Salty, how many dead birds did we see floating out in Long Beach? He's talking about those birds, Coach, that dive down underwater. You know, they look like kind of like a duck with a sharp. I don't know what the name of those things are, but
A cormorant.
a cormorant. Yeah, we must have seen 3 or 4 dead ones just floating around. 4 to 6. Yeah, his number's even bigger than mine. So, Coach, we are coming up here on 45 minutes, so let's go ahead and wrap this up, save some discussion for next week. So, Coach, what are your plans for your next fishing journey?
The boys that are targeting some of the bigger local inshore, like I'm talking white sea bass, halibut, and yellowtail, they invited me out tonight, but they said conditions were not good. We'll see where it goes from there. I don't really care that much about that stuff. I've got plenty of white sea bass, got plenty of yellows, got plenty of halibut. I'd rather catch a couple sargo for the frying pan, but we'll see where it ends up. And if I do any good, I will let you know next week, Brian.
White sea bass, now that you mention that to me, if like somebody said, Brian, here's $1 million to go get a big white sea bass, to me, that is like the hardest fish to like, okay, you can say I'm going to go out and catch a calico, or I'm going to catch a yellowtail, or I'm going to go catch whatever, a dorado. But to go out and like specifically target those guys that are on the white sea bass bite and know how to do that, that's a special talent that I do not have. I cannot go out and just target one, at least in San Diego. I don't know of any like spot where I can guarantee I'm going to get a white sea bass.
These guys are pretty specialized, and they have a very specific technique that they use from shore. That's not really my gig. I mean, I'll leave them to it. But if I can get a few shorts with some really nice sargo or a big opal eye or something, I will post those.
Cool.
Like I said, white sea bass isn't my gig. If you ever want to target white sea bass, Brian, let me know. I'll do my best to fill you in on what little I know about it.
You're invited on my boat anytime, Coach. You just tell me when.
If my back would tolerate it better, I'd be on there a lot more often. But
I got a special gear called Granny Low on my boat, and we'll just cruise.
Well, really one of the best spots I ever found for white sea bass is in very shallow water. It's very accessible. It's very dangerous to fish. But with the right conditions, we might be able to try to put a few on maybe next February, March, April.
It's a date. Let's do it. All right, Coach. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for coming back in. I'm glad to have you back here on Monday where you belong on Fishing Reports. So we're going to rotate Coach in as many times as we can. And I also want to tell you guys, also, if you guys want to come on, everybody's welcome on this channel. Coach obviously will be a prime person, as always, on Monday night. Coach is full of stories. And hopefully next Monday, Coach, if you can come on, you can share a couple of those good stories that you have. So, Coach,
you betcha,
anything
Brian,
you want to end it off with?
I almost called you Roman right now. Oh, my Lord. Thank you for having me on, Brian. I appreciate you, man.
Thanks, Coach. Have a great evening.
Peace.
Thank you. Thank you, Coach Worf. Always great to hear from Coach. She's a wealth of knowledge. Once again, thank you, Coach. It helps me out a lot, guys, for Monday because I'm preparing a lot for Wednesday's show. So, Carl, I'm going to tell you what Wednesday's show is going to be about. Carl, so you said last Wednesday that you were getting sick of. I end the show, guys, with snagging grass, catching bass. And you said, I'm tired of snagging grass. So on this Wednesday, I'm going to go over a weedless A-rig. I'm going to show you guys how to build a weedless A-rig. And I'm going to show you like top 5 baits of fishing the bay that seem to go through that grass nice and smooth without getting snagged that much. I haven't found one that's 100%, but getting going through the grass and some more weedless setups. I don't think I've talked too much about weedless setups. So this Wednesday, Fishy Hour, guys. That's this Wednesday, 7 p.m. with Roman and I. I'm gonna, what am I doing here? Roman would be disappointed in me here, real quick. Hold on a second, guys. I'm going to. I gotta put on the closing music because it's like you guys aren't gonna be able to go to sleep if I don't play this. So, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in on Monday. I'm really trying to keep this show to a 30 minutes. It's going to be really hard, but I want to see how that format goes with you guys. If you enjoy the shorter format, or if you want to keep it maybe to 45 minutes, I don't know. We're going to see. But thanks again, Coach. This Wednesday is 7 p.m. Come, you guys that fish the Spotty Bowl playoffs. Guess what? This Wednesday, you're going to find out how you did. You guys are all amazing. Just to make it to the playoffs is amazing. So if you didn't win, you guys are amazing for just making it. 86 people, and just to make that playoff is a big deal. I'm super proud of all you guys, all the way from shore pounders all the way to master amateur pro. You guys are all slayers. Congratulations for making playoffs. Sorry I'm making you wait till Wednesday, but that's the way we roll with Eric. Eric wants everything on Wednesday. So we'll be showing those off, and then we're going to be talking about the top 5 weedless and how to make a weedless A-rig. So once again, guys, I'm not going to hit this thing. Once again, I do thank you, and I really would appreciate if you guys come on and help me out on Monday nights with your fishing reports. So with that being said, guys, have a good night. I'll see you Wednesday. In between them, I'm going to be snagging grass and catching bass. I'll see you guys. Thank you.